speak English in most of Wales. I didn't understand that. And even though I'm part Welsh, and we went to Eisteddfod, which is an annual festival. Excuse me if I'm digressing.
No.
And I thought I'd see medieval knights jousting and that sort of thing. And this is my off day. I've been singing every day. We get there and it's freezing and raining, and we're walking through mud, and none of us had coats on. And here I am with the famous pop producer Phil Ramone. I'm with Paul Gemignani, who's this great conductor on Broadway. The two of them represent the last 20 years in American popular music, completely between the two of them. With one of my daughters, freezing to death. We go in. There's virtually nothing there. There's this huge tent, and we go in, and what it is, it's a singing competition. And it's the sopranos, and they all have to sing Dove Sono. And I thought, this is my worst nightmare on my day off. But at the same time, I turned to Phil and Paul and said, imagine this at a state fair in any city in the United States. A singing competition where one has to present a Mozart aria. So now we understand why the Welsh are such great singers.
But that must have been fun for you.
It was wild.
You mentioned your children used to travel with you when they were little, but they're school age now.
Right, right.
And you're doing more recitals and concerts, I think. You had said you were going to as they grew up. How's that looking like?
Well, it's going to be fine. I think the word is balance, and I talked to a specialist 3 days ago. He's a sports psychologist, and he works with people like Tiger Woods and the top tennis players. And I'm with IMG. They manage me. They also manage all of these people. And I called up Mark McCormack, who owns the company, and I said, I'd love to talk to somebody about how to think about not being in that climbing place anymore, and how to think about feeling increasingly like the only place to go is down. There's a whole psychological component to what we do that requires a lot of effort, and I learned so much from this guy in an hour on the phone. And I'll share it. Do you want to hear any of it?
Yeah.
It was fascinating because he said, first of all, everything you're experiencing is 100% normal. So right there, one heaves a sigh of relief. And he said, and he used the word manage. He said, everyone who thinks they are be achieving what it is they've always dreamt of achieving deals with all of these things. And the people who end up sabotaging what they've acquired by saying either, well, I've decided I really don't like this, and I'd really just like to lead a quiet life. The pressure is getting me. The pressure is too much. I sense this buildup of expectation from the audience and from people who've supported me, and I can't deal with that anymore. And there is a whole list of potential issues that can. Don't you wonder, how does Tiger Woods do it? How does he play with such consistent perfection? And of course, we're only human, so we can't. But he said it's all about managing those things. And
managing, but in what way? I've wondered about this. It was something I was going to ask you. When audience expectations are so high,
right?
Do you think about that at all, Renee?
I do, absolutely, I do, and